Since personality tests are generally unreliable, they can't be valid. Reliability is required for validity. It doesn't guarantee it, but the absence of reliability makes validity impossible. By definition, personality is supposed to be stable. If your test is not stable, not giving consistent results, it is measuring something that is changing, and if it's changing, it's not personality. It all depends on the reliability. Some factors are fairly stable, most are not. You're pretty consistent in being outgoing or shy. Everyone is shy in some settings and outgoing in others, but since we often choose our environments, a test of introversion-extroversion can give you an indication of how you typically choose to be. But distinguishing between being a thinking or feeling person is just silly. We all think, and we all feel, and there is no reliability in our pattern. We respond as needed to the situation. What personality tests lack in actual scientific validity, they make up for in face validity. On the face of it, just looking at them without thinking too deeply about it, it seems like a good idea. These tests do seem to say something important about us. Unfortunately, what they say is that we're gullible. There is a tendency for people to see themselves in anything. Since we view the world from our perspective, it is not surprising that we tend to see everything around us in terms of how it relates to us. We are not impartial observers of the world. We are our primary concern, as we should be. We run away from bears and things that would eat us. We don't consider whether it would be best for the ecosystem. Like every other living thing, we're out for our own survival. So when we read a vague description, we think it might apply to us. We are particularly fond of positive statements that are specifically directed toward us by an authority. When an official test is given, we assume its results are true. Acceptance is our first response. We don't question it. This general cognitive bias, sometimes called the BARNUM effect or the Fourier effect, is quite pervasive. If people say things about us or put it in print, it must be true. If the calculator says 2.44, that's the right answer, even if the calculator is broken. If the test says we have issues with insecurity, we accept it, without realizing that everyone has those issues. People continue to use difficult-to-score, easy-to-misuse, unreliable tests because our first impression is that they must be true. After all, we're the star of the show, so it must be true.